The wilderness for 3 years and a good morning, Jeff, and what a way to open the competition as well, with Australia Ray taking on Samoa. As you mentioned, it's been in the wilderness for 3 years and a good crowd coming in as well, even though the conditions, we can see they're nice and warm, but there is a southeasterly, and that certainly is going to have an impact in the first 40 minutes of game number one.
And this is the team, Gibbon, Pollard and Robertson in the front row for Jason Gilmore this afternoon. Udu and Smith lock the scrum, Anstey, Harris and McGrates in the loose forwards, Edmed and Stewart in the 10-12 pairing, for Kitty at 13, the dangerous Nawanga at 14, Campbell at 11, and the veteran Reece Hodge, 54 test matches at fullback for Australia A. Ryan Lonergan will captain them from halfback. And this is the team to take on Australia A. Siule, Lamb and Ala Alator, the captain in the front row. Slade and Vui will lock the scrum. Noor Fritz Lee, the former All Black 7 in the number 8 jersey on debut. Motunga at 7. A debut for Eriatara Inari at number 9 out of Moana. Pacifica Iona in the 10 jersey. Luila and Formai in the midfield. And out the back, 3 debuts in our Wong, Toala and Visinia. A couple on the bench as well in the form of Andrew Toala and Marco Fipuliai. Of course, Willie Losse, the eligibility rules changed during the pandemic. Good news for fans.
Well, of course it is. I get to see some of the rock stars that formerly played for either New Zealand, Australia, or some of the big Six Nations countries, and now they're coming back to play for their own countries of birth. And it's a great ruling from World Rugby, and I know that the fans, as well as the management and coaches, are delighted at the changes that have been made.
So all set. First match of Pacific Nations Cup this season. Australia A back in the competition. And we are underway in Suva. First match of the afternoon, and an early touch for Ryan Lonergan, the captain, who makes a good exit, Willie Losse.
Big responsibility on him, isn't it? He's been named the captain of the day. He's got great help in Hodge and also McWright, but that's a nice start from the captain. He'll just be wanting to just make sure his team get into the game nice and early.
Again, good service at line-out time from Lamb for Samoa. And he's locked in at the bat. Salala Lamb has got Inari with him, but the hooker goes himself off the back, and the tackle made by Pollard. They're only 5 metres out here. Manu Samoa looking for the opening points of the game of the Pacific Nations Cup. Working the pod one off, pleading for another advantage with referee Piper, but Inari has his hands on it. Out into the back line, Iona stabs a little kick through, and it only finds the shins of Tane Edmed, who manages to pounce on it for Australia. But once again, we will come back, and he's explaining that these are starting to stack up. And it goes Lamb again, and another very good take in the centre of the line-out. Slade, and now they get it moving forward, just 4 metres out from the line here. They're over! Salala Lamb scores it. Manu Samoa on the board in Fiji.
Giving away easy penalties, otherwise you're just inviting Samoa to the dance into the try line every time. Salala Lamb just looked up, couldn't believe his luck. No one on the edges, and the perfect start for Serena Mapasua's men.
25 out on the angle, a little bit of wind to contend with. He drifts it round beautifully. Rodney Iona and Manu Samoa, 5.5 gone in Fiji. They lead Australia A 7 points to 0. Lonergan, and along the deck to no one. So cleaning up is Stewart. And oh, the kick coming from Hodge. It's been charged, work to do for Edmed. Manu Samoa. And Hodge gets back beautifully. Nawanga Netawasi, how about the ball for Will Harris? Outstanding work, gets it off Hodge. Here come Aussie A. Very good tackle, pass away. And the whistle goes, the flag is up. But Jock Campbell, he had a clean pair of heels. A very near thing, good counter rugby from the Aussies.
Yeah, this is what we want to see in Pacific Rugby. That's why the crowd will turn up. France rugby, but there he was, Hodge, just beautiful backup and support. I thought Campbell was in here, but what a tackle coming in from Danny Tuala. It needed to be made.
So they go again. One off here, trying to build a wee bit of phase. It has worked well for them today. Another pick and go up inside of the 22. Now Lee, such a strong player on his feet, and yeah, another advantage. At ruck time, the captain, Ala Alatoa, just outside the 22 here for Seuli on debut. Inari, and Iona's going to have a stab here. Attempt at the drop goal, and it's well away. We come back for, I think the count is 6 against the Aussies.
Initially it was Matt Gibbon who went high on Inari.
Australia A, if they don't sort out their discipline at this end of the field. The try scorer Lamb throws in another good take at line-out time, and again he plugs in at the back. He's got Inari with him. That player, I think, has come through now from the side. So Inari away to Iona. Got plenty of players with plenty of pace out wide, and there's one of them, Tuala, frees it up beautifully. They're going to score. Manu Samoa get their second. Nigel Awong on debut.
Here he goes. He's going to have a chat to the captain, but stand by. There's the yellow card. And he sent them to the bin as well. We get images of the crowd going crazy. But Australia are down to 14, and their discipline has been appalling. And just look at the opportunity. That pass there, the skip pass, gave Tuala the opportunity to get on the outside. And then Hodges was in no man's land, caught in between two players. And he chose to try and think about the intercept. And then by the time he turned and went out, it was all over.
Off the upright. Rodney Iona can't convert the try to the man on debut. Inside the 22 again. They've had plenty of time inside it, the Australians. Now Fokete. Alako Fokete stepping around the defence and places back for his captain. I didn't know much about that, Tom Robertson. And Alako Fokete stabs it onto the boot. Play on is the call. Chasing through. And claiming the try, Fraser McGrath.
They're going to award it.
Australia A hit back with a man in the bin.
Didn't find its target because it didn't go through the gap, and it was like pinball. There it is. And then all of a sudden, McBride says, I'll just chip it through. And then does he win the race? Yes, he does. Great decision. No need to go to the TMO. Just ask the official that's there, and that's what his job is to make the call, and he's made the right one. Boy, those are valuable points for a team that's down to 14.
Lonergan, lovely kick from the captain. Stacking up down the right here, Iona. A good tackle coming that time from Jock Campbell. 6 phases for the men in blue. Now the captain just rolling through the tackle of Tom Robertson. Tuala, little inside pass. Here they come, Manu Samoa. Niuila, he's in.
There's no way in the world Niuila would have gone through that gap if that player hadn't been taken out. So I have sympathy with Ryan Lonergan. I've never seen a referee change his mind. And this is it here. First Ala Alatoa goes in, and then the decoy runner. Have a look at where the contact is made with the Australian defender. There's the decoy runner running across. He has created a gap, and that try shouldn't stand, but it will.
Healthy advantage ahead of the break. No problems whatsoever. Flags up in Suva. Lonergan, one-off play here. This is better from Australia. Gibbon to ground. Edmed, deeper pass this time, trying to find a wee bit of space for Campbell. Tuala making a good defensive play. As Nigel Awong was setting sail.
I love that from the Australians. A couple of the popos there, and Gibbon and Robertson getting their hands on the ball. And I'll tell you a guy that has impressed me in 39 minutes is Jock Campbell. He's obviously been given the green card to just roam wherever he wants, because He's supposed to be on the left wing, but he's turning up on the right wing, and he's turning up everywhere. As referee, I think, has signalled that half-time.
And that is half-time. Jaco Piper blows the whistle for the break here at the National Stadium in Suva. A fantastic first half from Manu Samoa. Australia starting to come back into it toward the end of the half. But in the opening game of the Pacific Nations Cup, it's Manu Samoa who lead Australia A 19 points to 7. Beautiful sight in the Pacific as Tane Edmed gets the second 40 underway. The lead by 19 points to 7. Manu Samoa over Australia A. Inari just getting a wee bit of support for the kick. Up it goes. And Hodge, he lines it up. He takes on the line himself. Taking in the tackle of Lamb, Reece Hodge. You know what, just managing to hold on to that. Billy Pollard is Lonergan. Decides to play the territory game, and that's not a bad kick at all from Ryan Lonergan. He forces Rodney Iona onto the boot, and a very good net gain to start the second half. Be happy enough with this. Remember, the line speed has been very good from Manu Samoa, so Edmed, very flat ball, trying to find a way through. Lonergan again, the blindside play. Edmed bobbles, now McCrate. Hanging on for dear life, Liuila, as Australia 30 metres out, searching a second try. Get themselves back into the game. Harris again spinning out of the tackle of Ah Wong. And the ball is loose on the ground. What does Jaco Piper say? Play on the call for Mark Nawanga Tawase. And now Tawala and Co trying to drive the Australians toward the near touch. Flag is up. Edmed just hasn't been able to create a lot today, but maybe here through Fokete. Harris sells the dummy, gets the ball away. Campbell fires it up. Fokete. Lalakai Fokete. Oh, very good defence. Lonergan. Ryan Lonergan's in. Australia A hit back. That's stunning from the boys in gold.
This is what we've been waiting to see. All through the levels is just keeping the ball alive. The offload is the money here. It goes through for Ketty and Hodge, and then all of a sudden, Ryan Lonergan, right place, right time.
To convert his own try, Ryan Lonergan, 25 out on the angle in Suva, and that one is away. But they're back, Australia, 19 points to 12, 53 gone.
And it just sends the message, doesn't it? Lovely work from Harris. He's such a big athlete to stand tall and offload. And then this is where Australia are at their lethal best. They don't set any rucks there at all.
The Samoans, but it is there for Taumatene again and Iona. Ball has been turned over by Australia. Edmed hacks it downfield. And here come the Aussies. Looking for another one. He's going to get it too, you know. Fraser McCrate.
But that's where the tackle was made. And as you said, great heads-up play from Edmed. There were only Australians in the race. That was it between McCrate, Edmed, and Uru. And Superman scores it.
Well, plenty of superhero movies going on at the moment. Maybe he isn't just auditioning to become a Socceroo, but maybe a movie star as well. With a chance to square things up in Suva. As you'd expect, no mistake from the talented halfback. And with 13 to go, we are 19 apiece in Fiji.
I'd attack the scrum if I was the Samoans. If you get a penalty here, a chance to kick for goal, which they haven't done. They haven't scored a point in the second half.
Starting to buckle, play on us, the call, Taumatene. He's going to score! Brilliant heads-up play, Manu Samoa. And it goes to their reserve halfback, Jonathan Taumatene.
Well, they took the bling off him. He got rid of the necklace. and all of a sudden he was a couple of Ks lighter. And then miraculously the ball just popped out. Look at this. That just flicks out, and that is play on, and that's exactly what Tamatini did.
Lovely kick once more from a handy position. Converts the try to Jonathan Tamatini, and Manu Samoa once again with the lead.
There's the heat when it came on, and the Australians just tried to get out of there as quickly as they could. Gleeson was there, the ball scooted out.
And it goes again. Kai Tu'u, Edmed has it off line out. Gleeson out the back door for Campbell. Here they come again. Creighton moving it out to the man Peach. We know the wheels he's got. Players in support on the inside. Australia, brilliant! James Tuttle's going to score it.
Oh, that is a thing of beauty. From a set play, they just sent it down that left flank. Lovely hand offload in the midfield there, and then they just knew that they had numbers. And the speed from Peach, we've seen him on the Australian 7th circuit, throws it on the inside, and James Tuttle's just come on the field, and he's run 75 metres to put Australia back in this game. Champagne finish coming up.
Outstanding work from Australia A. Down just on his 22. Holtz for Edmed. Now Reece Hodge. You get the feeling it's now caution to the wing, but Manu Samoa! Wong! Wong's going to win it, is he? Could that be it?
And watch this for Keddy. All he had to do was hold on to that, but he offloaded. And Wong on debut says, make mine a double.
Iona, and just drifting away to the left. And that is it. Jaco Piper blows full time. Manu Samoa beat Australia A, and Willie Law say this is how it finished. A brace to Wong.
Well, they last met in 2008, where Australia were the victors by 5 points. On this occasion, Samoa have turned the table. It's taken 14 years, and what a terrific game of rugby.
It's Manu Samoa who have beaten Australia A in Fiji, 31 points to 26.